Hello YouTube. Thank you so much for checking out my channel. I am the Opulent Emperor, and today I'm going to be doing an intuitive reading for the sign of Sagittarius, so Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. All right, all who are led here, you are welcome with love and light. Please take what resonates, whatever doesn't. It may be for somebody else, but this is for Sag. All right, so Sagittarius, let's go ahead and get started. Wow, that's funny. And I already see Temperance. So that is your energy. All right, so, thank you, Spirit, so much for being able to see. Again, thank you so much for being here. I hope that I'm able to help in any way possible. So we're going to see what message we have for Sagittarius. And this is timeless. It's for you whenever you reach it. All right. Excellent. Here we go. All right, so Sagittarius, your situation right now is the Three of Swords. Okay, so this resembles betrayal, heartbreak, disappointment. You feel let down. It's in the emotional state, but at the same time, it's in the mental state. These are swords. So it's in the prime activity of, you feeling mental anguish. You may have been hurt, betrayed by others. You may have been let down. Even some of the dreams and thoughts that you've had, it feels like you let yourself down too. Now, remember that these are emotions that we do have to deal with, but this card comes with a feeling of forgiveness too, because while you're hurting, you don't wallow in the hurt. You allow yourself to feel the hurt. You do cry. If you can see, the heart has a flame up under it. So this is something that definitely sets your heart on fire, but it's a good fire. It's a cleansing fire. So after this, it comes to where you learn the lesson from the hurt and you begin to slowly move on. You're in the activity of hurt. So this could be happening right now where, you're just looking at disappointing situations, but they definitely come with lessons. So basically, in the midst of why you're feeling that hurt and that pain, just try and figure out what lessons it is that you're supposed to see or learn from the situation. Okay, so the next card that's supporting it is the Six of Swords. Okay, so this shows you actually moving away from stressful situations. So with that being the supporting energy here, all right, 3 and 6 already equal 9. So the 9 of Swords will be that self-anxiety, that fearful, restless, you can't sleep. You're causing your own type of nightmares or disappointments. So just know that, yes, you may have been hurt, but you're actually being put in a point to where you are going to move away from those hurtful situations. So this is really a lesson that you have to learn and see from what it is that you've been through, or what's been done to you, or what you put yourself through. Now, in this card, I do see here that you will have assistance with moving. That could even be you that's actually stirring the boat, that's steering the boat, moving your divine feminine or your subconscious over to the point where you start to move into more positive thoughts. It's becoming less of a burden. Now, you are allowed to bring with you, a piece of like some of the memories from it. It's like forgive, but don't forget, in a healthy way, so that you don't go through that again. But don't bring too much. You can't be a bag lady or a bag man, because too much weight on this boat you're not going to be able to move as fast as you would, you know? So just enjoy that slow ride. This also is a card indicating of travel. So even if you thought of just, you know, traveling to get away, if you just need to, you know, get inside of the car, you know, get on a bike, go to the gym, somewhere where you can actually process and release. Process and release. Okay? It's okay to feel, but then you can't let it stick there to the point where it starts to turn into anxiety. You start like self-fulfilling prophecies, because if you keep thinking on things too much, even if they're bad, you are very powerful, Sagittarius. All of us are manifestors. So the things that you manifest, and then it's your season. Jupiter rules you, and that's the planet of expansion. So you have big dreams. So I know that even if it goes into the negative, those are big as well. Don't cause those on yourself. Move away from the hurt. Move away from the pain. Okay, what's blocking it is the Five of Cups. You've been hurt. This is disappointment. This is loss. This is grief. This could even be grief from, this could be grief from literal death as well. Now, that I speak very lightly on because of the fact, yes, I know how that feels to suffer loss, especially in that degree. But even in that, there are lessons that you learn from, especially someone who was close to you or family, like an ancestor. They do pass things on to you. So you can learn from that while you're dealing with the hurt. Please feel it. But don't allow it to stop you from where it is that you're going, because trust me, the person who you lost will definitely want you to keep going on your path. Now, on the other side, if this is something where the person is still with us, they're still living, disappointments, Five of Cups could also be disappointments caused by yourself, because you still have 2 cups in your hands. Yes, those 3 cups are spilled. One of them had a fish in it. So even from the fact of, you know, it may have been something that was very, very special to you that you felt like you lost, even like a gift, you know, or something that came with great reward. You still have 2 cups in your hands, and you still rule over those 2 cups of emotion, and you look like you're about to pour those out too. Don't do that. That's what's blocking you from actually healing and moving on, you know, to a more stable state of mind, a peace of mind. Because you have to move away from stressful situations first in your mind, and then it'll manifest in the physical. So this has to do with an emotional state where you do feel loss, grief. And, you know, I can understand that. I can definitely understand that. Okay, so moving on to the next card. What's the basis? The basis of this is the Four of Wands. Okay. All right. So with the Four of Wands, that shows 1111. That's the 4. That's protection. That's structure. That's order. After you've done creative ideas, after you put in the work, and some of your creative babies have actually taken birth and started to walk, you've seen things come to you. Now you're moving on to a point to where you want to share these things with other people. You want to build a family. You want structure. You want to be around your family more. You know, and especially since we just passed Thanksgiving, we're going into Christmas time. This is around that season where a lot of family members get together, but it's also the season where a lot of hurtful situations, hurtful thoughts, and like past things come in too. One of the things that I did see as soon as this card came out is disappointment from a matrimony or wedding that did not go the way that it was supposed to, or it didn't even happen. I even heard some proposals that were just halted. And that, it may have been because of betrayal or heartbreak, but I really feel like these are lessons that you had to see before you jumped into something that you were going to regret. I really see that. It feels like loss, but if you look at it in a different light, you can actually pick up these 2 cups that you still have in your hand and work with them. You still have your emotions. You are still in control of your emotions. You're still in control of your happiness. So if that happiness that was coming through a different person or a partnership or structure, or even family, if the disappointment is coming from family or loved ones or close ones, They're showing you now who they are before we go into this new year, before we go into this transformation. They're showing you who they are. And with that, it's, of course, it's going to be heartbreaking. It's going to be disappointing. But what's important is from the fact that you are going to be able to process this and move on. And actually move on to the things that you're supposed to be doing for yourself. All right. In your recent past, the Five of Wands. Okay. So it speaks clearly. You have jealous competition. You put together, and see, the 4 and the 5 is right after each other. So you're successful. Your dreams are actually starting to come true. You're working in your creative ideas. You're in the motion of working in your creative ideas. And it looks like as I'm doing good, or as everything that I've been trying to manifest is unfolding right in front of me, it seems like all hell is breaking loose around me. And see, with the 5 of Wands, now this, okay, that's the second 5. 5 is also the number of change. So it's bringing you change. It's also trying to change your perspective on how you see things. If you look to the left, I think that is, there's one standing there with a stick in his hand. He actually looks like he's instigating this thing, or he's looking like, are y'all serious? Y'all are trying to swat at this beehive and y'all don't know y'all gonna get stung. Okay, so that's you. You're the wise person in this situation, okay? So take a step back. Let everybody else hash out their differences. Do not jump in the middle of it, please, because you're going to end up getting stung right with the rest of them, okay? You have creative ideas that you put forth. You know, you see the vision. You have the spiritual guidance, the divination, the protection, and other people may not be able to see it, or they see how you're increasing and now they want a piece. A lot of people are going to have their opinions and things to say. You can take some of it as creative ideas, but then at the same time, remember, you are the one that's been shown the vision. You are the one that's been putting in the work. You're the one, Sag, that has dealt with even these disappointments, silent disappointments. Yeah, because even in 2 of these cards, you are shrouded. Like, you don't let a lot of people in or let a lot of people know how you feel. But it can come out of some cattiness, because I do see you kind of like it's, I would say it's true. Sometimes you got to laugh at the stupidity because of the fact it keeps you grounded. Now, okay, that's in your past. So you've dealt with that already. And remember that even with this competition or these differences of ideas that's coming from different people, they mean no harm. They mean no harm, but at the same token, they don't really know what they're doing. They're blindfolded and they're swinging at a beehive. So that shows you something right there too. Okay, now what's crowning you is the 9 of Wands. Okay, so the 9 of Wands, yes, she looks nervous. She looks very worn. But then at the same token, she's taken 8 of those wands, which is Sagittarian energy, and she's protected herself within what she's built. Those creative ideas that she worked hard for, that fast-moving energy that she just had, that pickup and that drive that drove her to do what it is that she's supposed to be doing in her endeavors, has gotten her to the point where, yes, she does feel a little bit overwhelmed. But the thing that she needs to realize is that she's now working fully in her power. She's in the 9. 9 is the most powerful number. Okay? After 9, it becomes 10, and then 10 turns right back into 1. So you're at that last leg of the race. Do not give up now. This is basically what this card is saying. You've come too far to give up now. Help is around you. They're waiting for you to ask for the help. You have cheerleaders. You have people around you that support you wholeheartedly. They're waiting for you to actually just ask for the help, but they're protecting you at the same time. At the same time that you are fighting for yourself to make it, they're fighting for you too, even if they have to stand at a distance and just protect you in silence. Yes, the 9 of Wands is also Sagittarian energy. So you're right at the brink. You're literally right at the edge of your breakthrough. Do not give up. Do not give up. Yeah, you've been hurt. You've been through a lot. You've been through disappointment. You've been told no, but oh, no, 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 no. Don't give up. Don't give up. Don't give up. Because your basis, what's your root, is you want structure in your life. You want a happy household. You want that structure. You want that family. You want that matrimony. You want the blessing of children or just increase in your life, period. The things that we bring forth, they don't even have to be like physical, natural children. Your spiritual babies are waiting to be birthed. And you want to bring them home to a structured household. Don't give up. Don't give up. You have support around you. My God, I knew it. Okay. And your future is the Chariot. Sagittarius, you are fully in control. But the thing about it is, before you get in this Chariot and you take off, you need to check yourself. Okay. This is all about you. All right. We step in the major arcana now. Now, even though this is Cancer energy. Okay. So this is deep water. Cancer is also cardinal. So they start off. Now, Sagittarius, you're mutable. So you have cardinal energy and mutable energy that you have to learn to control within yourself. You're going to have one portion of you that is ready to start off and give all the creative ideas and put the plans in order and start it off and watch it. But then that cardinal won't finish. Now, the mutable will actually finish with the fine tuning. That's where you come in, Sagittarius. Okay. Look at the fine tuning of things now. Look at the things that may have been overlooked in the past with what you've been working with. Okay. Learn how to balance the good and the bad that's within you. And when I say good and bad, meaning like, okay, even when you're working on something, you may get frustrated. Okay. People would signal that as the bad. That frustration literally sometimes means, okay, instead of getting frustrated, sit down and listen to the light part, or that's telling you, okay, look at it this way, look at it this way. When you work together with those two, it's like alchemy. You start to produce things that you never thought that you could, and then you take off. That fixed energy is that horse that's in the middle, or the person that's driving. You're driving the car. Okay, you're driving the chariot. You're in control of everything that's going on. You're in control of your life. But it's just from the fact of you have to make sure that the two warring sides that are within you can come to terms with each other. You need to be able to agree with yourself, you know, in a more simpler way of words. But you're definitely in control. That also shows travel. This is the second travel card that I see here. Chariots also signifies cars, new vehicles. All right, Sag. That could be coming up for you too. All right, how do you feel right now? What's your attitude? You feel like the King of Wands. All right. So, again, this is Cancer, Leo energy. So you have cardinal energy, you have fixed energy. So you are at the point now where all that's on your mind is creating. But you went from the 9 to the King of Wands. So from that jump there, now people are coming to you, just like how it was in the 9 of Wands. You went through all that stressful work and now it's paid off. People are now coming to you to get the ideas. You don't even need to move off of your throne. You have the Midas touch. So everything that you touch or everything that you tell others to do turns to gold. That's why they're going to keep coming back to you. Because every time you send them on a mission or every time you give them one of your brilliant ideas, your confident ideas that you've already worked out throughout all of those other wand suits, now it's to the point where you're the advisor. Okay? They're coming to you to look for your brilliant ideas because you're the one that brings the gold. You're confident in everything that you do. In everything that you do. You're knowledgeable. You've been through it. You have a fire around you. You have fast moving energy. Okay? When you speak, they don't move slow. They don't lag. That's the word that I heard. They do not lag. Your guides are even waiting for you. Your guides are waiting for you. They are waiting for you to just like spit out your ideas. Don't be afraid of what you're hearing. Be confident in how you speak to them as well. Be respectful, but be confident. They already know what you're coming to them for. They've been waiting on it. How others will see you is judgment. Sagittarius, you have to answer the call. You have to self-evaluate yourself. You come to the point now where you are at judgment. Right after this is the world. Right after this is the end of your cycle. That's why you're at the 9s. That's why the 9 is your crown. And right after the 9 is the 10, the full culmination of your work. You're going to be even busier than you were before. But that's very good because the increase that's coming, when I tell you, you're about to burn up. You're a fire sign, Sag. Allow yourself to be set on fire. After you come out of that fire, that ash is going to turn into a beautiful phoenix. When I tell you, when you rise up out of this cauldron, after you self-evaluate yourself, after you see everything that you went through, just take this year alone. Everything that you went through, everything that you learned, everything that you accumulated, everything that you lost, everything that you saw, everything that you heard, everything that you dreamed, even all of the deja vus. Accumulate all of them, put them in that cauldron, boil them up, make a beautiful stew out of it, and sit down and eat and just think about everything. Now, after you come out of that self-evaluation, answer that call, because only those who are in the vibration when it happens, especially around this time, and then you have the 20 here. So you know we're coming up with the 20th. The 21st, even with this year, is going to be a conjunction with Jupiter and Saturn. So those two planets are literally going to like come that close, and it doesn't happen, you know, often at all. I'm not too clear on how many years it is, but it's a lot. So Sagittarius, I would say from it happening in your season, you need to be ready. Please answer this call. Do not miss this call, because everybody's not going to hear it. But those who are ready, those whose ears are open spiritually, they're going to hear it. Those who are doing the work spiritually, they're going to hear it. You will hear it, Sagittarius. You will hear that call, because that's how people see you. That's how others will see you. They will see you operating in your call because you heard it. Yes. Your hopes. You asked for this. Your hopes. This is Sagittarius and its full culmination. We just talked about this. After the 9 is the 10, the full culmination. You thought you were busy. No, now you're busy. But don't let it become a burden. Let others help you, King. All right? Even though your attitude is the King of Wands, let others help you. That's why you're the king, because you can delegate. You have people who are willing to help you, who want to help you because of the fact they trust you. Don't do this all by yourself, because now you're starting to drop wands. 8 of them are in your hand, but you done dropped 2 and you don't even notice because of the fact you're too busy. Take some time out to step back even from your own baby and just watch it. Don't smother the baby, watch it, because then it becomes a burden. Okay? When it becomes a burden, you lose that passion, you lose that drive, and you can't do that. Even with the 10 of Wands, look how far he walked away from home. He's nowhere near home. And then there's a wheel basket behind you. You're not even using the wheel basket. You just took them out. Okay, it may be broken, but it may be somebody who's able to fix a wagon or could even help, or somebody who you could call to even pick you up. All right, that's your hopes. You hope for the work. You hope for, your business to be booming. And yes, it will. Definitely it will. If you learn to delegate. Don't burn yourself out. Don't burn yourself out, Sagittarius. What's your fears? Oh, your fears is the lovers. Okay, so serious relationships may scare you. Serious commitments, serious partnerships may scare you. That is okay, because of the fact you have to evaluate. You have to know what you're getting into. Sagittarius is my rising. So, I can kind of feel you on that. I love, but then at the same token, I will sit back and seriously watch it now, because of the fact I need to know what I'm actually see. If you see them, they're bonding themselves together with a tie. So before I get in that tie energy, and even with the 4 of Wands being your basis, they're tying themselves too. So before you jump into this relationship, or before you jump into this commitment, make sure that you value or weigh your options, weigh your choices very wisely. The Lover's card is also a card of choice. It's also ruled by Gemini, so that's the double-sided. Okay, so you're gonna be thinking with two minds, but hey, make sure you be able to think the pros and the cons. Sit and evaluate. Judgment is upon you. Sit and evaluate, because of the fact when you make your next steps after the 20th, after December 21st starts Capricorn season. That's going to be the end of Sagittarian season. So by the end of your season, okay, I wanted to say you need to be on your but I'm just going to keep it clean. But that's how they said it. You need to be on your all right. With that, lovers, with that being in your fear, I can understand that because of the Three of Swords. It's not time right now. It's not time. It's not time. But it is time for you to learn to be in love with yourself. Be in love with the two sides of you. Be in love with the divine masculine and the divine feminine, the conscious and the subconscious. Learn yourself in these last days of this Sagittarian energy. Learn yourself even the more. Take time out for yourself. Because then that way, when it's complete and you feel complete, then when that person comes in that's going to bring in that Four of Wands, that matrimony, you won't feel like you're anxious or it's a burden. And what's your last result? Okay, so your result is the Three of Pentacles. Now, this shows you basically focusing on work, actually teaching others, learning from others. This also shows you picking up skills from other people who you may not even be knowledgeable about. Okay, what I'm hearing is don't put anyone in a box. Okay, don't put anyone in a box. Don't misjudge or prejudge anyone, because you never know where the information that you're going to learn is coming from. But put yourself in a mind frame of working or teaching, because this is collaboration. This is partnership. So in your endeavors, King of Wands, make sure that you're actually extending. Think of ways. Okay, I hear network. Yeah. Think of ways of networking. Think of ways of reaching out to others who are in your same field, or who you know may have more knowledge, and learn from them. So then that way you'll be able to flip it and teach others with that Three of Pentacles energy. So you're going to be focusing on work, and that's very good. Resources. Oh, God. Your overall energy is the Eight of Pentacles. Yes. Okay, so you're supposed to be working on self-mastery. All right? Working on self-mastery. Making sure that you save up for a rainy day. Making sure that, yes, even though you see that rock that fell, it's like every time he tries to put the capstone on, something keeps falling off or something keeps happening to where that structure doesn't come up. But that shows the fact that hard work does pay off. So even if you've been considering like going back to school, finishing school, they're basically telling you to become the best at whatever it is that you're pursuing. Whatever endeavor it is that you stepped into, make sure that you are the best at whatever it is that you're doing, because that's how they made you. You would not have you would not have had the unction to go into that field if you were not going to be the best at it. Okay, so work on self-mastery. Work on hard work. Don't be scared of hard work, because it's going to pay off tremendously. And you will have enough saved up for a rainy day. That way your jewels, your riches won't get spoiled. They won't get wet. And they will be secure. Because see, at the end of this, while you're building and you're working on that self-mastery, you're building a protection around what you've accumulated, around your riches. You're building protection. So with that protection comes your increase. That's money. That's changing money. That's bountiful blessings. All right. Okay, so underlining energy. Ten of Pentacles. See, we moving into money now. We moving into money now. Yeah, you've been through that hurt. You've been through that disappointment. You've been through those no's. But right now they telling you, okay, this is the 10 of Pentacles. You're going to see before, okay. And both of these with the Wands and with the Pentacles, we're in the hierarchies. So we have the 9 of Wands. We have the 8 of Pentacles. Now we have the 10 of Pentacles. This is full legacy. This is full culmination of everything that you tangibly worked for. Okay? You've already went through self-sufficiency. You know, your independence. You built for yourself after the 8 of Pentacles. The 9 of Pentacles, you're single. You're independent. You can fend for yourself. You have riches. You have money that's been laid up because you worked for it. You worked a long time for it. This is the added piece here. Now, this is that happy household. This is that warm household. This is where you actually have, you know, the children, the family, the legacy, the animals. You know, you have that full family. You have that legacy, something that you can pass down. This is long lasting. This is not something that would just like slip in between your fingers. No, this is a full bank account. This is a full culmination of a beautiful relationship with finance, increase. This also speaks about your body, your physical body. So even from the full culmination of everything that you've been working on as far as your dieting, eating better, making sure that you treat your temple better, the way that you clean yourself externally, internally, the things that you don't allow to enter your body anymore, the things that you don't allow to be placed on your body anymore, the people who you don't allow in you or around you anymore. Yes, I'm being that candid with you. A full combination of it, where you will reap everything that you sown, and it's beautiful. Work on that mastery, work on that hard work, get those acclamations, get those degrees, get those certificates, get whatever high learning that you can while you can get it, Sag. It's your time. It's your time. Yeah, the 10 of Pentacles, which are underlying the energy, and that came right after the 8 of Pentacles. Right after your hard work, it's going to quickly pay off, and it's going to be long lasting. It's going to set you up. It's going to set you, and you will have your own land. Yes. Pursue your own land and take it. You got claim to your own. Do not get caught in this energy here, because see, we have the 5 of Pentacles. That's that hidden energy. Okay, the 5 of Pentacles can also sit right next to this 9 of Wands. So while you're sitting there feeling anxious, another part of you feel like, oh God, this the second 5 that we got. Oh, excuse me, this is the third 5 that we got. So make sure that you look up 555. 5 is the number of change. Okay, so now even with this 5 of Pentacles here, that's showing you that yes, you do feel lost. Not only emotionally, but you actually feel physical loss. You may have had a loss of a job or just loss of increase. You may have been put out, like as far as like where you were staying. You may even be at a point of homeless, like somebody, you know, I'd be homeless, or just like sleeping in living rooms or somebody's couch. Even though you may be going through that, there is still help around you. It's just the fact that you need to learn to accept it and to learn how to ask for it. Even though it feels like a kill to the ego, it is. This year is about killing the ego. Once you kill that big ego, trust me, you still will have everything that you're supposed to have, because after the 5, the 10 is still here. It trumps it. And then the 3 of Pentacles is there as your conclusion. You're going to be working hard with other people, but you just got to know how to accept the help. That's why you went through these lessons of this pain and this hurt, so that you could learn how to accept and ask for help. Excuse me, how to ask and accept help. Because first you have to ask. But it's going to cause you to be able to move away from hurtful situations. And even with this Chariot here sitting right next to it, God, even if you need a blessing of a new car to be able to move away from those situations, it's coming. You just need to ask for it and be ready for it. Prepare yourself for it. Now, the other card that I seen here, the 3 of Wands. Okay. So you're literally waiting for your ships to come in, Sagittarius. You've done the work. Okay. You've done the work. You sent out the hawk. You sent the message out that was supposed to be sent. Those two, you have 2 wands behind you already. Those are solidified. You got 2 babies. You have 2 spiritual creative babies that you've already planted in the ground, and they're bringing you increase. Look at those other 2 birds coming in. As one is being sent out, 2 others are coming in. They're bringing you back what you sent out. So take courage in heart, okay? You went from the 3 of Swords to the 3 of Wands. Now that you're not even focusing on the hurt anymore, now that you forgave, now that you've forgiven and you've understood the lessons that needed to be learned for yourself, because those people who hurt you, and yes, I'm sorry that I didn't say that before, but those people who hurt you, they're going to have to learn their own lessons. It's a double-edged sword. So don't think that you're the only one that had to learn lessons, or that you were the only one that went through hurt. They're going through it too. But in the meantime, you're waiting for your ships to come in because you're doing the work. So keep a courageous heart. And keep a peace of mind, because even if it looks like turmoil in front of you, just know that the wheel has to turn at some point. Those things that are down must come up. Those things that are up must come down. So those same people who may be looking at you right now while you're in your down stage, they will also see you come up. All right, so the last 2 cards that I do have for you here is the 6 of Cups and the 6 of Pentacles. They're sitting right next to each other. Okay, so the first one I heard was balance. Okay, and even by the 12th, because 6 and 6 is 12. So even by the 12th, just remain balanced, learn balance. Balancing your emotions, because I see you thinking about times in the past where things were good. You could even have visitations from close friends, or hear from, people who you haven't heard from in a very long time. And, that's a good thing. Just don't get caught up in, the past. You still have to live in the present. But it's okay, because even if, thinking in the past, you do get to self-evaluate, as judgment would say, and you get to learn more things about yourself and move forward. Visit your grandparents or reach out to your grandparents. Yes. Do something special for them. If they're still here, if they're not here with us physically, speak to them, because they still hear you. They still guide you. That card next to it is the 6 of Pentacles. This is giving and receiving. This is another balance card. You got balance of emotions next to you, and you have balance of your finances. You went from the 3 to the 6. You went from collaborating and working with people, learning from others, to now teaching, and now you're the one that's giving back. You're the one that's giving back now, because now you have an increase. You went from the 5 to the 6. Sagittarius, you are increasing as long as you are doing what it is that you need to do and keeping a stable, pure mind, an encouraging mind, because you can encourage yourself. You have to, because under the 6 of Pentacles is the devil. So you will definitely have the distractions coming at you. This is Capricorn as well. So after you do the work that you've done in Sagittarian season, you will be tested. So if you say that you've done the work and you say that you've changed yourself and you've self-evaluated, the tempter will come. They come to prove you. Now, under the devil was the wheel of fortune. So things can work in your favor, and they will work in your favor. Just don't get tripped up. Don't let yourself trip you up. Don't let nobody else trip you up. Don't even let the devil trip you up. He's just doing his job. That's what he has to do. But it doesn't have any effect on you, because you're the magician. You're the one that calls the shots. All right. Okay. Oh, one other thing. You do have 3 6s here. So I know that 6 is that's superior balance. That's blessing. 5 is change. Now, so look up 555. You can look up the number of 666. And let me tell you, before you even go there, or others, sorry, I don't mean to be judgmental. It's not bad. Look it up, please. Okay? Because even when you add up the 3 6s, it adds up to 18, which equals a 9. It's a number, and it has a meaning to it. Okay. All right. Let me see. Yep. All right. So, Sagittarius, that is what I have for you. I do thank you so much for coming and joining with me. Please like, share, and subscribe. And I really hope to see you again. I do want to get an update. Later on, I will definitely love to read for you again to see an update on this, because this is beautiful. Change, transformation. Allow yourself to feel your emotions, but don't get caught up in your emotions. Look to the blessings that are coming from you working hard and seeing your dreams come to culmination. All right, Sagittarius, I'll leave you again with love and light. I thank you so much for coming to my channel, and see you again. You can reach me at opulentemperor.com for personal readings as well. All right.